Hello, friends. Rich here at the Gospel Rescue Mission with another GRM staff training where we are becoming an organization, individuals within our organization that can help individuals and our community to flourish with God leading the way. And I'm committed to making that happen not only in Muskogee but across the state because remember, our big, holy, audacious goal is to reveal the glory of God by ending homelessness in the state of Oklahoma. Now, note that does not mean that everyone is going to come in. It does mean that we are going to learn, grow, understand homelessness, and understand the individuals that are involved, whether that's addiction, abuse, mental illness, whatever it is that's caused them to be out on the streets, help them to flourish so that way they become an asset to every community across the state. But again, not everyone is going to come in. We're also going to be doing strategic training within other communities in the hopes of getting them to better serve those folks and get them to come in rather than stay out on the streets. We want to help them actually thrive and flourish. So individuals, our community, but always with God leading the way. So today we're going to talk about this trait of technical skills. Now, not everything we do necessarily has a spiritual component, but God has given many of us technical skills. If you read through the creation of the tabernacle particularly, and then even with the temple, there were some experts that knew how to do different skills. They knew how to work in bronze or stone or wood or whatever it was. They had technical skills. Now, you're not going to have every technical skill that might be here, but you can also learn to understand and do more, and then we'll figure out who needs what and how to do that. So we're going to learn how to add technical skills to our belt of traits as leaders here at the Gospel Rescue Mission. So the first thing is to make a list of all the skills that either you have already or that you would like to have that would be an asset to whatever job you have, or even better, the job you would like to have. I've shared with many of you that many years ago, I went to my boss and I said, "Hey, boss, how can I have your job?" And she said, these are the things you need to learn. These are the things you need to work on in your personal life, because she saw some things in me that wasn't quite up to par, up to the standard to be a leader of, in that case, it was a women's program. And she said, you need to learn these skills. And she signed me up for conferences and sent me videos and classes. I'm sure today she would do a lot more options out there than what she had then. But she was teaching me how to do it. And so eventually I got a job on par with her. I was on an equal standing with her. And I went to my new boss, because we now had the same boss. And I went to him and I said, what do I need to know to be an executive director, to have the job that I currently have? And he said to me, these are the things. He introduced me to different people. He took me to conferences, sent me to seminars. He did all sorts of wildness in order to help me learn the skills and get the abilities to become an executive director. And then when the day came, he actually checked out GRM Muskogee, said, oh, that one looks like a safe bet. They can use you. That is the right one for you. And he sent me off with his encouragement, his blessing, and literally a blessing on me when I went, because I went there. He was giving me those skills. So again, make a list of all the different skills, and these could be work-related, or it could be something that's outside of that. For example, several years ago now, my wife decided we wanted to have chickens, and then one day she said, oh no, we got too many roosters. And I said, oh, that's a problem. What do we do with it? And she said, well, you need to kill some of the roosters. Of course, it had to be me, because nobody else in the family is going to do that. But I've never killed a rooster before. I had no idea what I was doing. So, I had to learn that skill. So that became a skill I needed to learn. I need to learn how to back a trailer. I want to learn different languages. So make a list of all those skills that you would either have in your current job, a future dream job, or just skills you would like to have. Just make a list of all those different kind of skills. That's step one of this whole process. And then you can start watching the videos. That's what I did with the chickens. I watched 2 or 3 different variations of how to care for slaughtering roosters, in this case, killing the roosters. And I watched how they did it. I said, okay, that one there I don't like so much, but this one here, or a combination of these 2 techniques. And I don't remember how many videos I watched, but I watched several until I had, this is the one I think I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. And I went about setting up the process, and I actually took care of those roosters. Many years later, I had to take care of a whole flock at one point. We had some issues with our chickens and had to restart. Well, watching those videos is the way to do it. YouTube is a great resource, but there's other places. Just say, I want to know how to, and you put it in there. I've used that technique for fixing things in my house. I've used it for fixing things on my computer. I've used it for fixing other things, even some counseling sort of things. But watch videos first. That'll kind of get you a basic knowledge and show you maybe what you don't know. So that's the next step. And then actually talk to an expert, someone who knows what they're doing. Now, I don't know how to back a trailer very good. So one of the things I have on my list is when I'm ready to take on learning that skill, I've watched videos and I don't know. I can't make heads nor tails of it. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm watching the video. It looks easy when they do it on the video. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my father-in-law, who's really good at backing trailers. I might even talk to a couple of our current staff members. They might know how to back a trailer, but I stink at it. I'm terrible at it, but it's on my list of things to learn. So I would talk to an expert and say, help me do this. They would sit there in the seat next to me. Maybe they would drive it a couple times, show me what they're doing with their hands and why they're making decisions, kind of talking through it. In the videos, they just kind of do it without telling you why they're doing what they're doing, and it would help to have that. So talk to an expert. And the next step is into the practice. So once my father-in-law would teach me how to back it up, or I have someone on staff teach me how to do it, I'm going to have to practice again and again and again until it becomes second nature, before I just know how to do it. And the more you practice, the more it just comes ingrained into your thinking, into your ability. You have the muscle memory to be able to do it. So all those things become part of that practice. And in the process, this is a big challenge, and I understand that this is a challenge for all of us, is that as we're learning, we have to be willing to look a little foolish. It's going to look a little silly when you just can't do it. You're going to want to quit because you feel like an idiot when you're trying to learn something brand new. But I want to suggest this, that every single one of us currently on staff can walk. And so when you can walk, you did not walk initially. You crawled, but when you first got up to try to move across the room, you looked pretty silly. You would maybe walk a step, or maybe you got stuck and everybody's cute and they're giggling and laughing, and you would fall over, but it looks a little foolish. It looks like there's never going to happen, but you just got to keep trying. You're willing to look foolish. You're willing to keep trying again and again and again until you finally have success. Well, that was another GRM staff training, again, talking about the trait of learning those skills that we need, so that way we can become great workers here at the Gospel Rescue Mission, serving God, serving people, and loving God. Have a great day, and talk to you soon.